Forget gurus. Forget anyone claiming to be an online business expert without going through the challenges of entrepreneurship themselves. The Real Money, Real Business podcast is here to prove the best insights in online business comes from your fellow online business builders. We dig into stories of entrepreneurs selling their business on the Empire Flippers marketplace so that you can learn how they made their business profitable, how they overcame obstacles, and what lessons they learned in their online journey. If you want to take your business and your knowledge to the next level, you've come to the right podcast. Let's get started.
Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of the Real Money, Real Business podcast. We record these interviews so that potential buyers can learn more about the business and the seller to help them make an informed buying decision. If you would like to learn more about this business, including details like what type of business it is, how much revenue and profit it makes, and all of the assets included with the business, simply visit empireflippers.com/marketplace and search for this business's listing number, which you can find in the video thumbnail and in the description. Or if you're watching this on YouTube, you can click the link in the description to go straight to the listing. So without further ado, let's get into this interview. First up, let's learn a little bit about you. Can you tell us about your background in building and running online businesses?
I was finishing up a career at General Motors, 30-year career there. Tool and die department, die engineering. I knew I didn't want to stay there any longer than contractually obligated. 30 years is a long time to do anything. But I wanted to move on and try something different, as well as not be tied to one location. So I've been interested in internet businesses for a while. Found this DropShipping model and legit and realistic to me. So with that, and started building some e-commerce websites with the dropshipping, this particular model. Started in 2017, particularly for websites for sale right now. It's built in 2019, been very successful. It's done everything I've wanted it to, provide me steady income as I build it. I've learned along the way. There's still plenty of room for it to grow. The learning process, and it's rewarding to build something from nothing, and it's a good feeling to provide jobs for other people. So I have a couple of VAs that form in.
Why are you selling the business now instead of keeping it and growing it further?
I'm not a young man. Right. Been that way for a while. So it's time for me to start slowing down. It's time for me to start unwinding some of the projects I'm involved in, wrapping them up. I want to simplify my life a little bit so I don't leave behind a complicated mess or a complicated estate for my wife to try and figure out what to do with when that time comes. Be easy for her and slow down a little bit myself and take it easy myself. I've always been a grinder, a worker my whole life, and I've been building one business and had a regular job, working to do. And it's time to slow down. Plenty of opportunity to grow this, continue to grow, but I'll leave that for somebody else, somebody younger.
Can you describe the amount and the type of work that you do on this business to maintain it?
This website is really pretty basic. It's pretty simple. And you can spend as much time as you wanted or as little as you want to get away with. I stay involved really more necessary because I'm always snooping around on the internet, checking prices of competitors and things like that. Just kind of like, I like to stay involved. But what I really do every week, maybe 10 or 15 minutes, Monday through Friday, answer some chat requests. We'll have the opportunity to leave us questions, either through chat or phone system or email. So I went through those pretty quick. What I believe is a very well-developed buyer's guide or frequently asked questions section. Everything that you can think of is in there, but you always get those people that just will click on the chat button instead of take the time to read. So they ask some basic questions. It's the same ones most of the time. So I spend a few minutes every day doing that. Once a week, I take a look at the ad campaigns, make sure they are as they should be, and maybe add some negative keywords here and there. And other than that, I'm available for the VAs in case they have a situation they can't handle, or they need to make a call on something with the customer, something like that. And then, periodically stay in touch with my contact with the brand, keep a friendly relationship there. But I mean, that's just, a text or a phone call every now and then, see what's going on, see what's new, maybe make some new suggestions about products or whatnot.
So, if you were to keep this business, what are some of the ways you would try to grow it?
If I was going to keep the business, I definitely know I would continue to work on the SEO, organic traffic, on and off site SEO, continue to develop the blog strategy, make sure the blog articles are written around key search terms as far as SEO is related. And I don't know much about it, but really get involved in affiliate. I think you get more traffic driven with the affiliate marketing. You can kind of have an idea, more idea what your fixed cost is going to be per acquisition. Google Ads is great. It's a great way to take off to a fast start and have a regular traffic flow. But depending on the competition and the times of year, the costs vary. And I don't like being at the whim of Google. I mean, that's a big expense. And I think over time, with the right strategies to develop with organic traffic, you can slowly get away from Google and just increase the profitability of the business by reducing the cost of acquisition. You're spending as much on pay-per-click. Definitely the direction I would go if I was going to go continue with it.
Right. And what would you say are the biggest risks with this business that buyers should be aware of?
We'll start with the big picture, I guess, as far as this business model. First, I'd like to clarify exactly what it is. People hear dropship, and a lot of times they run in fear the other direction. But this is a very specific type of dropship model that has been very successful for me. It's focused on, number one, large ticket items. I think the last time I looked, our average sale on the website was over $1,100 per order. So focus on big ticket sales, focus on U.S. market, and not go near anything that you have to rely on being shipped from overseas. So the model itself is very successful, and you protect against a lot of things. I mean, you don't want a website where you're trying to sell $5 coffee cups all day long or something, T-shirts or whatever silly like that. It takes as much work to process an order for a coffee cup as it does for a $1,000 whatever. But you make a lot more money for that effort if it's a big ticket item. So that's the business model. I don't see a downside to it, really. I don't know. It's been good for me. As far as this website itself, I think the strength of it could also be what some people would look at as a weakness, because this store is focused on one brand, is one supplier, but the supplier is extremely well established in their market, and they've been around for a long time. So the supplier's not going anywhere. And so the strength of that is it's a very close relationship with that one supplier. It's a simplified product line, and there are some really, really powerful organic advantages to that I won't get into right now. An extremely good relationship for me in this situation.
How much support are you willing to offer the buyer who acquires this business?
I think Empire Flippers is looking for like a minimum 30-day commitment there. But I'm a pretty easy guy to get along with. And I understand somebody walks in on something they may not be completely familiar with. They're going to have a lot of questions. So there's going to be a learning curve, as there is with everything. I have no problem making myself available to a phone call or a chat or something like that for 90 days after the sale. You need to get familiar with the operation and will want to acquaint yourself with the product line. And I can point out some shortcuts on how to do that and some time savings. I'm pretty flexible on that. I think 90 days would be adequate.
Are you open to negotiating something like an earn-out agreement?
No, that is not something that I would be interested in at all. Once I hand over the reins to somebody else, it's their horse to ride. They can take it to the top of the mountain or they can take it to the ditch. That's their call. It's their decision. It's their business. I want to get paid for turning that opportunity over to them. I don't want to go along for the ride. I'm looking to get out.
Okay, final question. If you had to put yourself in the shoes of a buyer, why is your business a business worth buying?
Well, it's a moneymaker right now. Steady income. There is some seasonal fluctuation in this niche market, but it's a consistent moneymaker. It's a great opportunity to take something to the next level and really be even more of a major player in this market than it is. I think there's a lot of money to still be made from some of the things we've already talked about, organic traffic, affiliate marketing. Also, the brand that I'm associated with, they are forward thinking. And since I've been with them, they've doubled the size of their product line and they've updated some of their best sellers that they've had for decades. And they're continually looking to upgrade their offering to the public. And they have been very receptive to me my engineering background, when I've come forward with ideas or suggestions about how they could improve things. So it's a really good environment, grow the business and grow the brand. And I think it's a good place.
All right, everyone. Thanks for listening. To learn more and see if this business is still for sale, head over to empireflippers.com/marketplace and search for this business listing number, which you can find in the video thumbnail and description. Or if you're watching this on YouTube, click the link in the description to go straight to the listing. Once you've unlocked this listing, you'll find everything you need to know about this business. So, thanks for joining us. See you next time.